guys, and welcome back to the CTFC Perspective. And you might be wondering why I'm not wearing my Cheltenham shirt today. Well, as you would have known if you do watch all of the vlogs I try and put on this channel, there have been a few Bristol City videos on this channel. And one of the biggest stories revolving around Bristol City lately is the sacking of Lee Johnson. Throughout this video, I'm going to be going through how this season has panned out, why he's necessarily got sacked, and the actual statement that the club released on the 4th of July. Me and Tyler first found out about this at 14 minutes past 6 on the 4th of July. This is because Bristol City's account tweeted out this. Lee Johnson was this evening relieved of his role as Bristol City head coach. Current assistant head coach Dean Holden will take over immediately in caretaker capacity as the club look to appoint a successor. Full story, which I'll go into. I will try and chuck the quote on screen for you guys. But the chief executive, Mark Ashton at Bristol City, had this to say. We recognise the huge amount of work that Lee had put in over the last 4.5 years to move this club forward, and we thank him for all his efforts. There have been some special moments over those years, and Lee has played a significant part in them. However, success in football is ultimately judged by results and league position, and the board believes that a change of management is needed now for Bristol City. The statement is then ended by the club fairly and respectably saying that they will not be saying anything else until the whole game, as they need their players, their coaching staff, everyone at the club to be focused and in the right mindset for the fixtures ahead. Now we have gone through the actual sacking of Lee Johnson and the official statement released by the club, I'm going to go through how this season has panned out and the ins and outs of the actual games which got him sacked. So, I like to call the start of the season the hopeful beginnings, because we had hope, we believed in ourselves that we could do well this season, and our first game was against Leeds United. I was lucky enough to go to the game. And what else is there to really say? It's a terrible way to start the season, but there are some positives we can take from that game. And, well, look where Leeds are on the table now. Look where Leeds have been in the table the last few years. We can't really take it as a negative. It's not like it was an embarrassing first day or anything close to that. And like I said, there were positives to take from that, and we did take them. From that, even though it was a loss, it kind of gave us a boost, and we only had 3 losses in the next 20 game weeks. So we thought we were just about to have an electrifying season. Something was finally going to go right at the club until... I am adamant that Bristol City are one of the only clubs that can go from exceeding everyone's expectations to just burrowing themselves into a hole and proceeding to lose 10 of their next 14 games. It's included a 4-0 loss to Brentford, a 3-0 loss to West Brom, and a 3-1 loss to Birmingham, who were 17th in the table at the time. And this is the highlights from the game. We started the game off in the best way possible, going round the keeper and making it 1-0 in only 1 minute of play. But from here, it just started to go downhill. As you can see, the opposition were on a really good attack down the right. He takes one touch, goes past his man way too easily, goes into the box, and what does he do? Whips one in. I don't know how we haven't defended that, or the keeper hasn't got a hand to that. It's just really unlucky. So now it's 1-1 now. You think, okay, we can go on the attack, maybe get something out of this, or at least keep a draw. No, once again, on their right-hand side, our left, they whip it in, and own goal. You can't really account for that. Just a miscommunication. Then we keep pushing for it, and in the last touch of the game, they make it 3-1. And as you could tell by the vlog, we were very disappointed. So can we take positives from that game? Can we take any pros? Well, it was a great start. We started off early, we caught them off guard, and we made it 1-0 early. So then you think 1-0 in 1 minute could be an absolute whitewash. Could we finish them off, or could we just sit back, defend, get a cushy, comfortable 1-0 win? But no. This game was really turned on its head. 1-1 before you know it. 2-1. Our heads have dropped. And then, yeah, that third goal, just when we're trying to hit back, just trying to get the equaliser. It's arguably one of the most disappointing performances I've ever seen at the stadium. But, you know, we have to try and take some positives. We had a good start, but then we dropped minutes after that. We had no control of the game after that. And the few chances that we did have, we messed up. And as you can see, I'll probably chuck it on screen any minute now. They missed a tap-in. Like, if it wasn't for Williams, who did great defending, even though he didn't have the best nights, obviously, for conceding 3 goals, it could have easily have been a 5-2 game, maybe 6-2. They just kept going for the sweat across the box. Man was open at the back post 98% of the time. And however they didn't get any more goals is beyond me. And what those 2 patches of form shown us, that yes, we went through a good stage of the season. We were playing well, we were playing out of our skin. Yes, fans all happy, few goals, few wins, points on the table, yada, yada, yada. It got to the stage where teams knew what we were doing. They knew our tactics. They knew which way we were going to go. We were doing pretty much all our attacks the same way, all our build-up the same way. And it happens with multiple clubs. They just shut the key components out and the system just falls apart. So that is exactly the only metaphoric way that you can really describe Bristol City's season. And then we get on to what was Lee Johnson's final straw. So even though it was a rather mediocre performance, many fans could have said we deserved to win that game, but that's beyond the point. A 1-0 loss to Cardiff meant that was 9-game winless streak. You see teams out here like Liverpool, Man City, Leeds, West Brom, any clubs doing well in their league. They ain't getting losses in that amount of games. We're not getting wins in that amount of games. We're in the top 4 at the stage of the season. We're at the top at some stage of this season. Then you see that calamitous record, that calamitous run, however you want to call it. That's just really not acceptable for a club like Bristol City. And that was it. After this game, the statement which we previously read in this video was released. And that was the end of Lee Johnson's time at Bristol City. If you are a Bristol City fan or just a football fan in general, I would love it if you could express your emotions in the comment section of how you feel about this situation. Do you feel he deserved to be sacked? Did you want him to be sacked? Did you want him to stay? Who do you want as the next manager at the club? Well, currently the leader for the next managerial role at Bristol City is Chris Hughton. I think he'll be very good for Bristol City. He's well known for keeping clubs in the Premier League, and hopefully he can get Bristol City into that promised land of the Premier League. I understand the statement is a few days old now and it's not exactly the newest news, but I felt like I was doing a disservice to any Bristol City fans who watch my channel if I didn't make a video about this situation. This left many Bristol City fans very happy, especially Tyler. He says this is the best news he's heard in a very, very long time. He's even got it as his lock screen, I believe. He just really wants Chris Hughton or just maybe a different manager so he doesn't have to play Lee Johnson's hoofball at Bristol City anymore. And that's about it, guys. That wraps it up for this different style of video. I hope you've been enjoying the content lately. Still trying to provide you with content even though there is no Cheltenham football to watch. We're trying to expand into other leagues so we can have some extra content for you guys during this lockdown no football period. We cannot wait till we can get back into the stadium so we can make the best possible vlogs for you guys. We are actually generally ecstatic. I've been counting down the days until I can finally go back to Cheltenham because it is one of my favourite things to do in life. And even though I make the content especially for you guys, I do enjoy watching it back myself so we can make memories together. If you did enjoy this video, can you please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel while smashing that notification bell so you know when a video goes live. My Twitter and my Instagram and Tyler's links will all be in the description. As always, there will be 2 videos like this on screen very shortly, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.